As a special education teacher, my biggest struggle has always been managing all the data that comes along and writing progress notes from all that data. So I created a Google Sheet that writes your progress notes for you. And no, I am not kidding. I know that this sounds crazy, but stick with me for the next few minutes because I'm about to show you exactly how this works. And I think by the end of this video, you're going to want it for your own caseload management. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rachel from the Behavior Check-In, and I'm a K-12 behavior specialist and special education teacher, and I help teachers with real strategies for real classrooms with advice on classroom management and creating resources. One of my biggest stressors as a teacher has been data collection. Since the beginning, I remember not even knowing where to begin as a brand new teacher. And so that's one of the reasons I spend a lot of time working on creating data collection videos that help teachers because it ate so much of my time up as a new teacher. I was taking so much work home. I even remember sitting there with my stacks of binders at my son's Little League game, working on data collection for my progress notes, inputting and doing everything by hand. I was doing things on my weekends. I was doing things at my kids' sporting events. I was doing things when I should be living my life. Like, there was no work-life balance. That is literally why I create the systems that I have, is because I want teachers to have more work-life balance so that teaching is sustainable. Our jobs are so hard as special education teachers, and I don't think people realize that completely. Yes, it's hard as a general education teacher too, but the data collection is so insanely overwhelming, and I think a lot of teachers just feel like they don't have the energy, and it's one of those things that gets put on the back burner because they're dealing with behaviors and writing IEPs and collaborating with specialists, and it ends up becoming something that builds and builds and becomes a big mess they have to untangle. Anything that writes progress notes for you is something that I would have wanted to have as a brand new teacher. So I'm going to show you step by step how it does this and walk you through this resource. All right, so I wanted to start in the part that I am the most excited about. As we talked about, this writes your goals for you. So over here I have my sample student, and I have input all of the goals that are in there, and I select the quarter because you will track them by quarter, and I'll show you how you do that. You have the average, you have the target that you put in. It auto populates if you're on track or where they are in their goal progress. Then you can pick the tone. So we have formal, we have parent friendly, and it will update the goal based off of the data that we have. And you can see that in here. And I think this is super cool because it is ready for you to copy and paste. And another feature that I really like about this, because we all have really big caseloads, right? And that's a lot right there. And if you had it and it was like all full like that on that page, that would be a lot of things to look at. You can just go ahead and close it and put all of your students in here and then open it up when you want to look at what you need. I find this really easy too, just to know what I've done and what I haven't done, so I'm able to just be better organized. So you're going to start with your roster, and this is where you will input your student name, their grade, their eligibility category, who the case manager is, their IEP due date. Then you put in descriptions of their goals. You can make this as detailed or as simple as you want to. There's that different spot in there. You have, you can, whether you want to do it by like percentage, count, frequency, rate, duration, level of prompting, whatever works. And this is of course editable if you need to change it for whatever reason. And you have 5 goals and 30 spaces to begin with, but you can edit that if you need to. Probably the easiest way to edit it would just to be to create like another slot, so like Jordan sample 2, and then put the goals in. But there's other ways you could do it too if you wanted to add more to the side, if you are more savvy with Google Sheets. And of course, I have all of this in my instructions tab that you can go through if that's something that you want to do. But I would say probably the easiest way if you wanted to add more is just put the student's name in twice if they have more than those goals. We also have a dashboard that you can look at a glance, and it'll show you everything that you have. This is really good for just seeing where you're at, what you need to focus on, and helping you with prioritizing. I personally like to have that like visual that I can just see right in front of me. It lets me know where I'm at. There is also an accommodations tab. This is really helpful if you wanted to share this part out. You could share with people, not just viewers if you wanted to, or just have this in front of you if you wanted to print this out, or just share this page with anybody that has the different accommodations. So instead of jumping into your software and looking at everything through the IEP, you can see everything at a glance. And I think this is really helpful just for organization, because sometimes, especially when you have really large caseloads, we know how it all kind of starts to blend together. I just love that I can look in there and I can update it at any time whenever we have a meeting or anything changes. And then this is the service minutes. This is really helpful. You have it for any kind of service provided that you have it in there for any service that you need provided for. And once again, you can add more things in there. It's editable for whatever you need, change it to whatever your language is, whatever your services are. And you can go ahead and edit if you have the 9-week quarters, and you can put in like how many minutes are required and how many minutes are served, and then you can see it and the percentage for compliance at the tail end. So I think that that is really helpful just to have that in front of you. And if you want to, of course, at any point, you can just pull these over and make it fill out more if you would like it to look like that. But you just do that for each quarter, just for your overall services. So you have that at a glance for compliance, which is really good if you need to pull it up for a meeting or an audit or anything like that. It's right there. And once again, it has these little collapsible tabs, so you can open and view without having the clutter of lots of different students in there. This part I really like too. This really helps if you need a place to log your service minutes and keep track of what you're doing. So you can just go in, put the dates, you can, from the drop down, pull up your students. This pulls from your roster, so you don't need to edit anything. This is all pretty much the big thing I want you to remember is once you set up your roster, everything's going to pull in here, and you don't need to mess with much other than just inputting your minutes and picking your services. Everything else is going to auto-populate throughout this, but you can put in your minutes, all of that, what you worked on, so you have that at a glance as well. And then right here, this is our goal progress, and this is what you can do for each session. This is completely editable to whatever you want. I have this up here. You can change whatever. You could put dates in here, you could put different names in here, whatever you want to do, but that's up there, and you have the student, and it auto populates in their goal and what it's out of, and then you just put that in there, and then that's going to feed into your progress notes, and you can sort it like this, so pull up the student when you need them. I like this part too. This kind of helps you stay on track if you're remembering when you had a session or what sessions you need to work on. Just kind of helps you keep on top of things. I like to think of it just as a checklist of things that you want to make sure that you don't forget about. So if maybe you held like a group session or whatever and a student was absent, then you can indicate that in there. Or if they were present for it, you can do that. Or if you were not able to pull them for progress monitoring and you still needed to pull them for progress monitoring, you would have this checklist available for you. And then you can see your progress snapshot at any time, and this can kind of help you decide on what you need to do and how you need to help support that student. Once again, we don't type in this. Everything is pulled from the goal data and progress service minutes, so it just auto-populates for you, and then it'll show you where you're at based on all the different goals that you have. And then that ends out with our progress notes like I showed you from the very beginning. And if you have any questions, you can always go back to the instructions. And I have a list of everything in here, and of course that video that I'm posting right here will be on here as well, so you can see it. But if you have any questions on anything specific
then it answers them in here. If you have any further questions, you can always reach out to me.
So that's the full picture: goals, services, accommodations, session logs, data collection, all feeding into one progress note that writes itself. One workbook for the whole school year. You're not jumping between different Google Sheets to track what you need. If you've been wanting your data tracking to feel more manageable this year, this is the one. I will link it in the description. And if you already have my digital special education teacher planner, this is built to pair right alongside it. So the planner plans your day to day and the tracker is for your data. If you found this video helpful, please drop a comment and tell me what's been bugging you most and taking up your most time with data tracking right now. I do read every single comment and I'm really interested in what you have to say. If you like this kind of content, please like, share, and subscribe. I do videos like this every single week.